Welcome back to today's Premier Experts. I'm your host, Ray Perez, and today my special guest is Lucho Crisalle, who is a health and nutrition profitability expert. Welcome to the show.
Thank you, Ray. Pleasure being here.
So I'd like to always start off by asking, what does a health and nutrition profitability expert like you do?
Well, basically, there's tons of people who are very knowledgeable about nutrition. However, they have difficulty making ends meet or running their business successfully. So what we do in our companies, we help them monetize their nutrition knowledge. We actually have a 3-day event called Monetize Your Nutrition Knowledge, where we teach them a whole systematic approach to nutrition counseling so they can serve their clients more efficiently, make more money, help more people, and grow their business.
Now, you've been in this industry for how long?
Oh, about 30 years.
And
yeah,
not too long.
Yeah, so I've been in the health and fitness industry for 30 years. Our company's been, we've been doing this, helping other practitioners since July 9th of 2003.
Oh, wow. Okay, great. And give me a little bit about your background, because I know you got a couple degrees under the belt, so kind of...
Right. So the way that I got involved in nutrition, I was a wannabe pro bodybuilder, and I was the hardest working guy in the gym. I busted my butt, and I wasn't getting the results that I wanted. So one of my buddies goes, oh, you have to go see Dr. So-and-so. And I was like, well, I don't really want to go see a doctor because this is back in the 80s where everybody was using steroids. He goes, no, this guy has a dietitian on staff. He'll teach you how to eat. I'm from Argentina. I'm like, dude, I know how to eat. He goes, no, really, go see him. So I went and I saw this guy, I met with a dietitian, it completely changed my life. I mean, my results, just within weeks after eating correctly, I started getting the gains and the results that I was always after. So I said, this is what I have to do with my life. So I continued to compete, and I actually got second and third place in the Ironman bodybuilding contest. I'm definitely not the Ironman runner, because I figured I'd get big enough to where I wouldn't have to run, right? So I was competing at 230 pounds, and I get down to 7% body fat, and I'd compete at 3% body fat. And then I knew that nutrition was the key. So I decided to go back to school, and I got a degree in food science, human nutrition, and exercise kinesiology at the University of Florida. Go Gators. Right. And after that, I went back to California, and I worked as a registered dietitian at one of the top hospitals in the country. And my rounds were the burn unit, intensive care unit, oncology, and ortho. And I also taught diabetes classes and pulmonary classes. But I kept seeing the same patients that were sick coming back again and again and again. So I quickly decided, it took me 5 years to really make up my mind that instead of being in the sickness part of the business, I wanted to be in the health and fitness to prevent people from becoming sick. So that's when I went back into the industry, and I became the head dietitian for the Sports Club LA, Sports Club Irvine. And that's where I really honed my skills on creating and developing a systematic approach to nutrition counseling. And one of the challenges was that the software that people used at that time was not really that good. So I developed my own software because I didn't want to be on the help desk for 20 minutes waiting for somebody to help me. So then that evolved into me creating a nutrition certification with nutrition software that is called What Works, because we help nutritionists take what works for them and plug it into our system so they can have a much easier way of creating nutrition plans for their clients.
So you've actually created a software that people can punch in certain metrics of the body and give them what they should be eating and the nutrition. Explain to me a little bit how the software works.
Yeah, so basically most nutritionists, what they do is they'll create a nutrition program for clients, and it's either a piece of paper that they crumble and lose, or it's an app that it's more of an app to...
Tracking, right? Because I've seen that. I had one of those.
Yeah, so you put in what you've been eating, and it goes, yeah, you're eating this or that. What our software is different is because instead of tracking, it actually guides their client on what they should be eating and what are the right amounts and the times. The other cool thing is a lot of our certified fitness nutrition specialists call it our click and choose software. Because if I say that you need to have oatmeal, egg whites, bananas, and peanut butter, well, the client can log in and say, if I don't want oatmeal, they can click on oatmeal and say, what if I want an English muffin? It tells them the right amount. So instead of the nutritionist having to write 14 menus or 7 menus or whatever, they create one master plan, and then the client has the ability or the illusion that they have the ability to pick whatever they want. They still can pick the right foods or whatever foods they want, but
it's the right portion, right? Because that's what it really comes down to.
Yeah, and the cool thing is the nutritionist, now with all these different food allergies, the nutritionist go in there and say, well, I don't want Ray to have anything with peanuts. Or if you're getting ready for a show, which you're back into...
Yeah, you're fighting weight.
Yeah, exactly. Or like for pro bodybuilders, as you get closer to the show, there's more and more foods that we start to eliminate. So the nutritionist can go and hide specific foods from specific clients. Or like myself, I don't like my clients to have fruit juice. And we had a little discussion about this the other day. So I go and I hide fruit juice from all my clients. So now when the client logs in and they choose if they have bananas or blueberries, if they were to click on blueberries, they can pick any fruit, but there's no fruit juice for them to pick.
Because you're controlling that from the back end.
Correct, yeah. So the software is called What Works. It's What Works custom nutrition software. And it's custom because not only can the nutritionist customize the foods that the client gets, but they can add foods, they can change the logo, the background. They can also embed different sites. So for example, if you have a YouTube channel where you have different exercises for your clients, you can put that in there. We have a lot of people that work with multi-network marketing companies or MLMs or network marketing companies. They can put a link or embed a link into the software where their clients can go and buy their own products. We don't push any specific products. We're based on creating meals that are food-based, and the nutritionist can add pretty much anything they want in there, and they can hide pretty much anything they want.
I love it. So this program is for anyone in the fitness industry. So I would assume personal trainers is number one, right?
Right. Our best clientele, we have a number of people. So we typically work with gym owners. So we train them to where each certified fitness nutrition specialist can generate up to $10,000 per month. So if you're a gym owner and you have 5 people that we certify, you can be making an extra $50,000 a month, right, up to. And then what happens is the owner can control the access for their trainers. Now, if you're a small studio and you're a one-man band or a one-man show, you can also become certified, and we can also teach you how to add a nutrition counseling component to your business. As you know, most personal trainers give nutritional advice for free.
Yep.
And I worked with Tony Robbins for many years, and one of the sayings that he always would say is like, every dollar is a reason. The more dollars you charge your clients, the more reasons they have to follow your advice. So when you give advice out for free, people tend to not follow it and not attach any value to it. So by charging their clients for nutritional advice, now their client's going to be held accountable, they're going to be more reliable, and they're also going to have to justify having paid for that, so they're going to follow, or going to be more likely to follow the plan.
Now, explain to me how the nutrition certification course works, and why should someone in the industry go to this certification?
That's a great question. There's a number of nutrition certifications out there, and I love them all because the more people learn about nutrition, the more equipped they will be to help their clients. However, some of them are really general. For example, there's one that teaches them to box their client to an endomorph, mesomorph, or ectomorph, and based on that they either get so many fistfuls of carbohydrates, so many thumbfuls of fat, and so many palmfuls of protein. How precise that is, I really can't tell you, right? I've come from the world of being in the burn unit, intensive care unit, where things are based on science and created for the individual, which is one of the taglines for our nutrition certification in our software. So it's more about how many grams a person gets of protein based on their lean body mass, duration, frequency, and intensity of exercise, or lack of exercise. Because now as a personal trainer, you can start seeing people come into your practice for nutrition counseling that aren't yet ready to exercise. I ran health clubs for many years, and I'd sign people up and I said, well, I'll see you on Monday for your first workout. No, I have to lose weight first. I was like, no, that's what you signed up for the gym for, right? So there's a lot of people that don't feel comfortable exercising yet. So by first bringing them into a nutrition program, now they're going to lose the weight or get into a shape where they're less self-conscious, and now they can be also your personal training client. So that's how one of the ways that our certification is different, right? So we teach them how to create a custom nutrition plan where the amount of protein and carbs has a sliding scale, again, based on the duration, frequency, intensity of exercise or lack of exercise. And then they adjust the plan on a weekly basis by looking at the client's lean body mass changes and fat mass changes. So there's only 4 possibilities. If your client is gaining or maintaining muscle and losing fat, whatever you're doing is fine, whether it's a vegan diet or ketogenic diet or whatever, right? Results. If they're gaining muscle and gaining fat, well, they're overeating. That doesn't take a college degree for that. Yeah. Sometimes they'll lose muscle and gain fat. That typically means that they're either not eating enough or they're skipping meals. And then the 4th possibility is that they're losing muscle and losing fat. And in that case, they're either not eating enough protein, or the protein they're eating, they're unable to digest, absorb, and utilize, so they don't have the right enzymes, or they're doing cardiovascular exercise or exercise at too high of an intensity. Right now, HIIT, high intensity interval training, is really big. Well, if you go too high above your anaerobic threshold, you burn muscle for energy. And then the 4th possibility is that they're stressed out of their gourd, they're generating too much cortisol, which breaks down muscle tissue, and there's a 5th one. They're not eating enough protein, they can't digest, absorb, and utilize the protein they're eating, they're working out like a fiend, and they're stressed out of their gourd, right? So that's what our program teaches people, is when they follow their client on a weekly basis, measure their lean body mass based on how these 4 parameters or possibilities are presenting themselves, they know how to adjust the plan for the individual, so it's a truly customized plan as opposed to trying to cram you into a 40-30-30 and then blaming you because it's not giving you results.
Makes sense. Makes sense. Well, clearly you have a wealth of knowledge when it comes to health and nutrition. So, and I know we could talk for hours about that. Now, you and your team provide private coaching and mentorship services. If someone wants to learn more about that, what's the best way to get in contact with you?
Yeah, absolutely. If you know someone or someone who's watching this video or this program knows is either a supplement store owner, because typically for supplement stores, people go in like you and me, we buy what we want, we leave, and we come back when we run out. There is another number of people that go to a supplement store, they don't know what they need, they get upsold to $300 worth of stuff that they're never going to use and they never come back. So we teach them how to create a nutrition program that includes their first 30 days of nutrition products, and then the client's coming in weekly to the supplement store to get measured. So it increases traffic, the client has more accountability, they get better results, and they refer more people. So that's one way. Yeah, then again, yoga studios, personal trainers, anybody in the health and fitness. We even work with plastic surgeons that are doing weight loss. We have a lot of doctors that would refer clients to our certified fitness nutrition specialist before they get liposuction because they wanted them to learn how to eat, because there's no point in sucking all the fat out, they're going to just build it again.
Makes sense.
So the best way to get a hold of me and find out more about our programs and about myself, there's a cool video. They can go to my personal website, luchocrisalle360.com, and there they can see a short video. They can go to all my social media, click on different websites, the Monetize Your Nutrition Knowledge, nutritioncertification.com. All that information's there.
I love it. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure, and anything we can help you with, we're always here to serve.
Thanks for joining us on today's Premier Experts. Stay tuned for the next episode, and as always, never leave for tomorrow what you can do today, and always stay true to your brand.